So power. So in a conversation, who's in control of the conversation and who's the submissive person in the conversation. So I got my students to do these following questions. So number one, why do you think Letterman has most of the power on the Late Show with David Letterman? Try to give me 3 reasons why. Question 2, when does he take the power? Question 3, what question lets Hilton know this will be a tough interview? And number 4, how does Hilton try to take the power back? Letterman takes the power straight away because he's the one who gets to ask the questions. He takes the power straight away. If you notice the video clip, Hilton is silent and she's waiting for Letterman to instigate the conversation because he is the host of the show. So number 2, when does he take the power? Okay, so I sort of answered that one. So why do you think Letterman has most of the power? Well, it's his, first of all, it's his program. Secondly, he's been doing it for over 25 years, so he's experienced. And first of all, just the context of the show is that it's an interview show, so he has to ask the questions. So what question lets Hilton know this will be a tough interview? I would say they do a little bit of small talk, but then when he says out of the blue, how would you like being in jail? I would say that's a clear sign to Hilton that this is going to be a tough interview. Question 4, how does Hilton try and take the power back? Well, she does it in quite a few ways. One way she does it is by saying she doesn't want to answer questions anymore. And the second way she does it is by refusing to answer the question. And then thirdly and finally, she actually reverts to being almost like a 10-year-old girl. So here's some PEs for power. So Letterman uses experience to gain the power in the conversation. Evidence he is 62 and presented the show for over 25 years. So I'm just going to say how the fact that he's 62 and presented it for so long gives him power. Well, as he has presented the show for so long, Letterman is very professional and calm on the show. Hilton is only 26 and not experienced to take on Letterman when the questions become more and more challenging. So I've said because of his experience and Hilton's inexperience, it gives him the power. So this one hasn't really got any real evidence because it's obviously that he's the host. So as he presents the programme, Letterman decides on the questions and Hilton has to answer them. Letterman doesn't have the cards and seems to make the questions up on the spot. This makes it even more uncomfortable as she has no idea what he's going to say. He could do a huge amount of questions on different topics, or he could stay on one topic for a long time, which he does. He does this with the prison questions to Hilton's discomfort. So I'm basically saying because Letterman is the host, he can decide whatever he wants to do, and because of that, that gives him the power because Hilton feels a bit nervous about what he's going to say next. Letterman uses comedy to gain the power in the conversation, someone you met in prison. So this is the part where an audience member calls out and he makes a very quick joke.
I love you, Paris!
Love you too.
Yeah, right. Somebody you met in prison?
So when a solitary audience member offers her support by declaring his love, Hilton responds with a blown kiss and I love you too. So another one, Letterman uses provocative questions to gain the power in the conversation. How would you like being in jail?
Love New York City.
New York City is exciting though, isn't it?
I was born here, yeah.
Yeah, good for you. How'd you like being in jail?
This question is very blunt and changes the tone of the interview from then on. It is a very unconventional question to ask straight away in a celebrity interview, and the bluntness shocks Paris Hilton, who can only offer not too much. Paris Hilton tries to laugh along with the audience but can't sustain a laugh for long. Her facial expression indicates she is upset or worried about where the interview is heading. So I'm saying he gains the power by asking a bit of a blunt, bit of a daring question, where before this it had been very much small talk and very nice questions, and then he comes out of something from left field of how would you like being in jail, which shocks her. So almost it's so shocking to her that he gains the power because she just doesn't know what to say.